Next on Worcester News tonight, dozens rally downtown in a dispute against their pay, while Carpenters say they've been cheated. Plus, a 4-alarm fire rips through a Northbridge mill. The cause now under investigation. But first, we begin tonight with developing news. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brittany Schaefer. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office say a woman was found dead at a home on Walnut Street in Leominster. And a man who lives at the residence has also been arrested for assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. The DA says the 42-year-old woman was found dead inside this home on Sunday. Investigators believe the woman died late last week. An autopsy is being performed to determine the exact cause of death. 49-year-old James Valancourt was arrested Sunday with an assault and battery charge. He is being represented by attorney Edward Fogarty, who was on scene of 69 Walnut Street today.
Attorney, I represent Mr. Valancourt. He's facing criminal charges. He was arraigned in the Leominster District Court on what it could be serious charges. I believe it was assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, and I can't really comment beyond that.
Valancourt is being held without bail pending a dangerousness hearing, which will be held next Monday. Local and state officials joined dozens of carpenters in downtown Worcester Tuesday for a rally. The conflict is over wage theft, and tonight we're hearing from some of those workers. Our Chandler Walsh was there and has the details.
State representatives joined Worcester carpenters in their rally against wage theft. Their message? Filling the air around 145 Front Street Tuesday afternoon.
The main purpose is to send a message to the contractors, to the community, that we ain't gonna stand for any wage theft.
They're stomping on hardworking people. You know, we're the heart of the company.
Worcester carpenters are rallying because they claim they were victims of payroll fraud and stolen wages while working on luxury apartments for the City Square project. The contractor for the $90 million project is New Jersey's P&B Partitions.
They're from out of state, they're from New Jersey. They brought a bunch of workers from New Jersey. We got plenty of carpenters here in the area.
3 Worcester carpenters filed complaints with the Massachusetts Attorney General's office, claiming P&B failed to pay them for their full hours. Some also claim P&B paid workers overtime in cash at a rate lower than the state law requirement.
I have a lot of children and a family to support, you know, and this job wasn't cutting it.
State Representative Mary Keefe joined the rally Tuesday and believes it's a problem if workers aren't paid what they're legally entitled to.
We're so proud of everything that's happening downtown, all this good construction and work. But when it doesn't translate to work for the people of Worcester, then I think we really need to stand together.
Marchers say that the issue doesn't only affect them, but also affects area residents.
People who work for the city, they spend money in the city, you know, and that brings up our community, you know.
The rally's organizer says this is an open case and the company is being investigated. We reached out to P&B for comment, but were unable to get a statement. Brittany?
Chandler, thank you for following that. An early morning fire in Northbridge kept crews busy for several hours. Firefighters were called to Riverdale Mills around 4:30 in the morning. All 15 employees were evacuated and no one was injured. Mutual aid was provided from surrounding towns. Riverdale Mills is a manufacturer of welded wire mesh for the marine, security, construction, and agricultural industries.
I went to multiple alarms due to the heavy fire and the smoke condition, also because of the type of construction is these old mills tend to get going good.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Local lawmakers are considering a bill making community colleges free for Massachusetts students. Senator Michael Moore says these are obstacles to finding this type of initiative, but he thinks it's an idea that should be considered more closely. Our Roslyn Flaherty has more.
Senator Michael Moore is refiling a bill allowing Massachusetts students to attend community college for free, essentially cutting the cost of tuition and fees.
This could be the next step that we need to go to ensuring everyone has access to some sort of post-secondary education.
The bill was first filed federally in 2015 by former President Barack Obama. Moore also filed it at the state level, but he says funding the initiative was difficult. Moore says now it could cost around $127 million.
I guess when you talk free education, nothing's ever free. Similar to our K through 12 system we have right now, where we have a funding formula, That's not free. That's all paid by the taxpayers.
At Quinsigamond Community College, tuition is about $5,500 a year. President Luis Pedraja says making it tuition-free would open access to the community and be a worthwhile investment.
While maybe the cost of college, of a community college might not seem too much for some people, for a lot of these people makes a big difference in the ability to pay the rent, to get food on the table for the kids. So this will be an excellent opportunity for those working adults.
Dr. Pedraja says more than 8,000 students attend the school, and almost all of them are from Massachusetts. Moore's bill would only apply to in-state students.
You look at most of the studies nowadays, they say that about 64% of the new jobs and the jobs that are opening up are going to require at least some college.
Senator Moore says there has not been too much discussion between his colleagues, but he wants to start the discussion and send the bill for further study.
It's only going to enhance their lives, and it's only going to come back and enhance the community and society and grow our economy.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester Polytechnic Institute's Camp Reach is recognized Tuesday for their help supporting a local shelter. The group of 10 7th graders were honored after they designed a way to organize a storage space inside an emergency shelter. The multifamily home is run by the Friendly House and Interfaith Hospitality Network. The girls worked for 2 weeks making a plan that would transform the messy space.
Did an inventory of what there was, figured out shelving and other storage strategies that would make a difference, and I'm really amazed by what I see here today. I hear from the staff that it's really made a difference in their ability to work in a good, organized environment.
WPI's Camp Reach program started back in 1997. It's designed to introduce young girls to engineer thinking and jobs in real-life situations. We're learning new details about a standoff and arrest in Medford. Police say a man was taken into custody after threatening employees outside of a radio station, all over a song request. As Caitlin Flint shows us, police are now releasing new details about what was in the man's car.
Just gotta be on the safe side.
Employees at this Medford office complex back to business as usual Tuesday, less than 24 hours after a very unusual police standoff in the parking lot.
He got an axe.
This woman thought she was taking video of a man being pulled over by police near a Medford radio station. Instead, it turned out to be 38-year-old Richard Newton waving an axe with a bizarre request.
He said, request that song for me. And I was like, what? I was like, it's what? He was like, yeah, that axe song, you know, axe. And he pulled the axe out.
Police got the first call around 1:30 in the afternoon when Newton was reportedly seen in the parking lot dancing with an axe and throwing a knife. When police arrived, they say Newton continued to drive around them, waving an axe in one hand and holding a large knife between his teeth. Once they boxed him in, he refused to get out of the car. Despite using a taser and beanbag gun, Newton wouldn't surrender.
It was a surprise. It was a little bit frightening.
After a 3-hour-long standoff, Newton surrendered peacefully. Police retrieved 6 weapons from him, including that axe and 5 knives. They also found a THC container, vaping oil, and open containers of beer in the car.
One might think that the response was a little bit overdone. Upon hearing that, I would say that it was very adequate then. And
Caitlin Flint, Worcester News Tonight.
UMass Memorial Medical Center is calling for blood donations. They say they're experiencing a shortage of the blood type O. The blood bank is located at the university campus. Nurse manager Stephanie Haynes says they face a shortage of donations during the summer months and holidays. Haynes says many of the blood donors are college students in the area. They are asking the public to come in and donate blood to help people in need.
So we're really feeling the effects of the July 4th holiday last week, and it's not unique to our blood collection center. It's the Red Cross. It's everywhere. Donors are on vacation, not maybe thinking about donating like they usually do. Summer months when school's not in session, then we do see a drop in those donations. We do accept walk-ins, but we strongly encourage people to call ahead. We want to make sure it's a good experience for you when you come in. We want to be ready to accommodate you. So at a minimum, calling ahead is strongly recommended.
You can visit UMass Memorial Medical Center's website for more information on donating blood.